So, up on the week for attendances, obviously the main midweek one was Wigan against Warrington Scholars at Victoria Park. Then the array of attendances at the Women's Dance Festival at the Down University on Saturday afternoon. Gaming this week was Outlast, Dead Dungeon, a new one in Vampire Crawlers, and One Button Hiring 1 Volume 4 on both the Series X and Windows. And yep, hopefully you enjoyed the video. A new week, and Monday evening we are back on Outlast. It isn't a game that we're trying to complete, but we do want to finish the story mode to see how it ends. As you can see, we completed the story on Outlast, and you can see the red there means that we did get a hit. We're punished. The disappointing part is that after all the after all the work to do Outlast story, we didn't sink the boat. So it's not a 3, it's either going to be a 4 or a 5, which means that Dead Dungeon is going to need to be played. So Tuesday evening, as we've seen from the previous warboat, Dead Dungeon is going to be needed to try and sink that boat. So we're going to try and see what we can do on it. So it's double joy in that only did we get that, as you can see there, we won the community challenge badge for warboats. I didn't realise it, but it does say in order to complete the challenge to sink one enemy boat. So that is a challenge completed, and that puts us on a total of, if I can remember where the logo is, 34 community challenge completed. So it means no matter what happens, we've done what we needed to. It hasn't ended yet, but yep, 6 hits so far out of 34. It's the first time we've done warboat PvP, so it's something new, but it's an interesting one at the same time. Wednesday morning and a warboats update. You can see there's 4 in a row there. That was the Dead Dungeon difficulty. It was hard to get to the level we needed to, but the positive is that, as we can see there, dungeon in dungeon, ship has been sunk. The battleship Forlong has been destroyed. The one below it means it must go across, either left or right. Whether we do that one, well, we'll see. But we've definitely got one boat sunk on this round. Tuesday afternoon, no record to report on, although this is a milestone day, because April the 28th, 2020 is when we first started doing this, just as a random thing on a Tuesday afternoon, just while watching Countdown. And that led to 169,000 in the first year. And we're already beating that this year, so it shows how far we've come across. 3.37 million in 1,571 days, 314 weeks. The month itself is 60,947, but yep, 6 years exactly to the date that we started this idea. Another week of attendances begins on a sunny Wednesday afternoon. We're at Wigan Northwestern, where we're getting trained to Warrington Bank Quay, and then it'll be a short bus ride to Victoria Park. Short train trip done. As you can see, we are at Warrington Bank Quay, so now it's just a little bus ride, and it'll be Victoria Park for the Scholars against Warrington. Well, it's a breezy Victoria Park for Warrington against Wigan Scholarship, 960 overall, 805 for Wigan. 5th against the Wire Scholarship, however it is only 1 win and 3 losses. It also was a 3-game losing streak, so we saw the first one, it was win, and we haven't won since. It is 0 out of 2 here at scholarship, in scholarship level. It is the 245th away, 39th scholarship overall. We are looking for consecutive wins after Saturday afternoon. It is the 31st rugby league of the year and 36th attendance overall. Half time in at Victoria Park, and just like it was at Tilsley a couple of weeks back, it's sadly Wigan behind. It's Warrington 14, Wigan 4. Full time here at Victoria Park, and well, better than the league performance a few weeks ago, but still scholarship suffering from a Wigan point of view. Warrington 36, Wigan 10. They've got a gap until the next game in June, which is too far for me to go to midweek, so my next one will probably be in July at some point. But yeah, 36-10. Hey, that's a good way to cool off. Oh, I love that at Warrington, the freight trains that come past. We had a wooden one at Wigan, which had a charter train, which is on the previous clip. It's Thursday afternoon, it is the end of the month, so it is a monthly summary. We're up to 2,951 on the daily, no records this week. Sadly, because of that, it means that the record month is still December of 2025, but April, despite only being a 30-day month, has come within 40 of it. The year as a whole, 257,345. We are finally up to 3.38 million. And yep, that's April done. So second best month overall, but best month this year. Thursday evening gaming, as it is the end of the month, we have got a couple of things to do. Gold medals, of course, on the TA and the Game Pass. So this kills off 2 in one go. In Vampire Crawlers, it's a wild card from Vampire Survivors. We'll just show a little bit of it, which is quite detailed for a new game on Game Pass. So we just have a little quick look. You basically go on a level, and it's obviously basically doing turn based. You've got to get from one side of it to the other. Well, Friday morning, 1st of May, a bit of play on the Vampire game. It's got me to top tier, which is in 3 achievements. Well, 3 to get a bronze, 12 overall to win the gold medal. So that means that May begins with 3 gold medals in April. It's a bit disappointing when you look at some of the previous months where we got silvers, bronzes. Did have a really good run, if you can see there, right in the middle. Gold, 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 but then some of them got a little bit difficult. So wait and see what May has in store. Well, in a week that saw the 60th anniversary on April 28th and a second highest month overall, and highest in 2026, is a little uninspiring that the week saw no record whatsoever. One of the lowest totals we've had for a while, 14,760 on the Tuesday Friday, which obviously goes back to April 2020 because we started doing it on a Tuesday, so we always do a Tuesday to Friday average, nearly 400 less from the previous week, and we are up to 260,000 overall and still 3.38 million in 315 weeks and 1,574 days. An early start on Saturday morning, up bright and early. We are in Ormskirk, however, for a change, we're not going down that way to the train station. That'll be in July when we do Magic Weekend. We're going the other way, where we're going to Edgehill University for the Women's Nines. Bit of a strange homecoming for me because I actually went to Edgehill University for 3 years, from 2005 to 2008. So when we get up there, it looks a lot different than when we last visited. So we're watching live the Digivan for Wigan versus Swinton because the walk took a little longer than I thought. So it's nice to have this facility to do so. Obviously, this is the Women's Nines first game. Obviously, we'll be watching most on pitch 1 today, and hopefully we'll get to Edgehill by the time we can see this. Well, hugely disappointing start today as Wigan, I think that's the first time we've been nil than the Nines. Wigan nil, Swinton 18. So game 2, my main ones is Huddersfield against St Helens on pitch 1. 84th Nines overall, 36 rugby league for the year, 41st attendance of the year, 965 overall, 1 win each, and it's 100. Can't even read my own writing. 158 with there. Half time on pitch 1. Huddersfield so far in front. Huddersfield 6, St Helens 0. Full time. Huddersfield absolutely dominant, just like they were against St Helens last year. St Helens don't like the women's nines. They've never done well on it, and I think this year is not going to change things. Yeah, full time. Huddersfield 21, St Helens 4. Second Wigan game of the day. This is against Leeds. We've faced each other a couple of times at this level, and it's both academy squads for today. So it was the 5th against Leeds Academy. Sadly, we've not won one yet. We've lost 3 and drawn 1. 807th Wigan game, 969 overall. 69th neutral. We are looking to avoid, obviously, consecutive defeats. There's a 40th RL in 2026 and the 45th attendance in 2026, because obviously we've been watching other games, we've just not been including them on the videos. 24th Wigan 9s, 88 9s overall. And yep, let's hope this is better than the first one. Half time in Group 2 of Group B, and Wigan have got a bit of an injury, but they're also 8-0 down. Wigan 0, Leeds 8. So full time, and that's Wigan Warriors 9's title defence officially over, because they played 2 and lost 2. So the only salvation they've got now is that they'll go into the Shield competition to try and win a game today, really, and maybe salvage something from that. But yep, that's the title defence over. Wigan 4, Leeds 16. So of my main games, this is the third one, is York against Huddersfield. Pardon me. 165 other is the 91st 9s overall, 67th 9s other, 43rd RO for the year, 48th attendance, and it's 972 overall. It's the second meeting. Last time they did meet, York was shocked in the 9s finals 2 years ago up in Hull KR. So Huddersfield had the win against them in this one. Let's see if York can pull it back and get it one piece all when I've seen them. Other games, Newcastle and Rochdale doing well today so far as well. Obviously we are watching 3 different pitches at once. We're just only able to film one pitch based on where the location is. But yeah, York against Huddersfield. So half time is comfortable, well I'd say comfortable for both sides in defence. Attack's been a bit limited. York 8, Huddersfield 4. Full time, and the Huddersfield comeback was successful. It is full time, York 8, Huddersfield 12. So final game of the Wigan group, and this is Leeds against Swinton Lions. We did see them play each other last year, with Sammy Simpson got a very serious injury. Thankfully she's out playing today, so hopefully she's not haunted by the experience. Here's the second meeting. Leeds did win that one. It is 169 other, it is 97 9s overall, 71st 9s other, 47th Rugby League for the year, and 52nd attendance overall. And on the other pitches, the community game, it looks as though Rochdale are doing well on both of the teams. Put 2 teams out and they've done very well so far. So half time in the final game of Group B, and it is just Leeds ahead, Leeds 8, Manchester Swinton Lionesses 4. Full time, and that's Group B complete. Leeds convincing winners here in the end. Leeds 25, Swinton 4, so Leeds win the group. Swinton finished second, and Wigan finished rock bottom. So Leeds and Swinton will continue in the challenge final side, and Wigan will go into the Shield. It looks as though I think it's going to be Wigan against London, which is a little strange, because in London I've got 3 of Wigan's players tonight, so it's going to be Wigan against Wigan in some sense. Well, we've actually got a bit of space to do some facial statistics tonight. So the next one on pitch 1 is Huddersfield against London, 97th 9s overall, 73rd 9s other. Second time we've seen them play each other. Huddersfield did win that one last year at the 9s up in Leeds. It's a 979 overall, 50th Rugby League for the year overall, and 55th attendance overall. In terms of the community, it looks as though Newcastle and Rochdale are looking like the convincing teams on there this year. Half time, Huddersfield in control here and looking pretty safe to avoid the Shield. Huddersfield 14, London 4. So groups completed on pitch 1, and Huddersfield convincingly victors here. Huddersfield 37, London 4. That means London will possibly face Wigan in the Shield semi-final. There isn't a second one because, well, there's only 3 teams in Wigan's group, so winner of that would probably face whoever finishes 3rd in Group 3, but we'll see. So, Rapid 9s, Grace Pritchard won this last year for Swinton. So let's see who wins it this year.
2, 1, go!
And she's done it again. Grace Pritchard has won it 2 years on the bounce. Should be a hat-trick, except we all know at Victoria Park she didn't put the ball down, so she didn't get that one. Well, that's 2 years in a row. Well done, Grace Pritchard. Well done, Swinton. So this is the junior version. This is new.
3, 2, 1, let's go! Oh, go on! Go on! Go! It's Mia! Go on, Mia! It's Mia! Yes, Mia!
by someone near me called me. I don't know which team for, but nice to see it done for the first time. So, semi-final time. It is for the Shield for Wigan. It is against London. As you know, we played them last week and won, and twice in the Nines and won. It's the 26th Wigan Nines, I think, overall. Can't read my own writing now. 54th RL, 59th attendance. It is the 808th for Wigan overall, 983 overall, and it is 101st Nines overall. So, half-time in the semi-final. Wigan are actually comfortable in the game for once today. London 4, Wigan 50. Full-time in the Shield semi-final and success for Wigan's Academy. Comfortable win in the end. London 8, Wigan 26. So because there was no fourth team in our group, that means that York, who finished third in the other group, didn't have anyone to play. So this could be a York-Wigan Shield semi-final, I think. So this is the Challenge semi-final. As you can hear, Huddersfield against Manchester Swinton Lionesses. I've not seen these two play each other before, so this is going to be interesting. Obviously, Swinton showing Super League players, and Huddersfield with half Super League and Academy. We are cheering for Swinton, of course, so let's see how it goes. So, half-time in the Challenge semi-final, and this could be a bit of a shock result. Swinton 4, Huddersfield 0. Both teams have a mix of Super League and non-Super League experience. But Swinton did get to the semi-finals last year and were unfortunate to come up against us. Obviously, we're not in this bracket today, so win this and they'll be in the final. Well, there you go. Swinton got to the semis last year. They're now in the Challenge final, which means if they stage another shock, they would be Nines champions. I'm not too sure how the other semi-finals gone. It did look like Leeds were doing a lot more attacking than St Helens, so that could be a semi-final reunited of Swinton and Leeds, but we'll see. But yeah, full-time, Huddersfield 8, Swinton 11. On a final for the community, but it's Thatto against Wigan St Pat's. This wasn't on the schedule to be on this pitch, so I'm not too sure what's happening with the main competition. So, full time in the Community Shield final, and it's successful Wigan St Pat's. Thatto E4, Wigan St Pat's 6. So, the Community final is Bradford Bulls Development against Rochdale, who fielded two teams. This is Rochdale number 1, I think. So, community champions are Rochdale 1. They brought two teams and they won the community final. Full-time, Rochdale 8, Bradford 4. So, it is now the Challenge Shield. It is Wigan against York. So, we've got a chance to win something at least tonight. So far, so good in the Challenge Shield final. Wigan in control, York 0, Wigan 8. Full-time in the Challenge Shield final. And well, we've lost the official Nines title, but we've gained a new one. Wigan Warriors Academy are now Challenge Shield winners. York 8, Wigan 12. So, community presentations. Thatto Heath runners up in the Shield. And the Community Shield winners, Wigan St Pat's. So that's two Wigan sides that have won tonight in the finals.
Shield. Wigan St Pat's.
So there we go, Wigan St Pat's winners of the Community Shield. So the community final runners up are Bradford Bulls. Bear in mind this is Bradford Development, not Bradford Senior Team.
Champions, Rochdale Hornets.
So, community champions Rochdale Hornets. A double win for them today, really, because they put two different sides out. Some players have played twice the amount of games than they should have done, so extra credit for them today. So, second trophy of the day goes to Rochdale Hornets.
Okay, let's make some noise for your community champions, Rochdale Hornets.
Well done. Final game of the day after 31 games so far today. This is game 32. It's the Challenge final. Leeds have been here before, Swinton haven't. So could this be a debut final win for them? It is 993 overall. It is the 63rd Rugby League in 2026 and 68th attendance in 2026. 110th Nines overall. And we are cheating Swinton on this one. Come on, you Lionesses. Half time in the Challenge final, and it's all square. Leeds 4, Swinton Lionesses fault. Full time and sadly disappointments for Swinton, but well, disappointing and joy, they still got to the final for the first time. We get is Leeds Rhinos who win the title for the second time. Leeds 16, Swinton 8.
Today.
So, final presentation, first of all for the match officials, as we all know. Without any match officials, you wouldn't have a game, so obviously the extra special for them.
Lucas Field, Alan Millington, and Tyler Topping. Big round of applause for them, please. Runners up. And that is York.
So, Challenge Shield runners up. York Valkyrie, they did win it officially the first time, but runners up in the Shield. It is an academy side as well, so that has to be remembered.
Your Challenge Shield winners, Wigan Warriors.
It's a brand new title for Wigan, Challenge Shield winners. Let's see if we can defend that one next year. Although we might have to send 2 teams because we want to win the main one back as well. Brilliant set of academy girls. First time we've seen most of them play this year. Did themselves very well. Beat London, beat York. Some of them have yet to play in Super League level. I'm sure the ones who haven't won't be long until they do. There you go, a new trophy to cut in Rowing Park. The Challenge Shield.
Make some noise. Your Challenge Shield winners.
Well done, Wigan. Nicely done. Runners up in the challenge grade, and this is definitely not a bad thing. Manchester Swinton Lionesses, they only made a debut in this tournament last year, got to the semis and fell to us, and have just been beaten by a Leeds side that would beat most Super League sides in the Women's Super League at Leeds Academy, so this is definitely nothing to be bad about. Very well done for the Swinton Lionesses. I can see them definitely having another go next year, because this team is a good team and it's building in the championship as well. So, last up.
Let's make some massive round of applause for your Women's Nines 2026 champions, Leeds Rhinos!
So, Leeds Rhinos, Women's Nines winners. The first time the club won it, it was with a full senior team. This is the first time the academy team have won it. There you go, Women's Nines 2026 winners, Leeds Rhinos Academy. And that's the Women's Nines done, 32 games, I'm off for the rest. Saturday evening gaming, and we are on 5-in-1 Volume 4. Well, Sunday evening, we are currently editing the Women's Nines videos, so to keep the game streak going. We're on one button, as you can see, 5-in-1 Volume 4 on Windows, to give it a first go.